Good morning, students. Today we are going to see a session from EVS. Let me begin the lesson with a story. Three friends are going home from school. Okay? So the first friend, she sees a tree. Okay? A mango tree. So she says, "Wow, there are very nice ripe mangoes. Let's go and pluck them." So what they do is they jump and pluck them. That is, they jumped using their legs and plucked them using their hands. Then the second friend sees a green frog which is hopping. Oh, it is hopping very nicely. Let's also hop together along with the frog. So, hopping, everybody knows how a frog hops, yes? Hopping is you are kneeling down to the ground and using your hands, you hop. The next thing is the third friend sees lot of papers on the ground, which makes the ground very untidy. So what she says, let us pick the papers and put them in the dustbin. So they picked the papers and they put them. After that, they all wave each other and they say, okay, bye, let's go home, bye. So they waved their hands and they went home. Now, what are these friends doing? Okay, jumping, plucking, hopping, picking, putting, and waving. All these things, all these actions are done through their parts of the body. Okay, so today's topic is my amazing body. Any action we do, it is through our body, it is through our parts. Okay, you have already learnt in your earlier classes about the parts of the body. Let me just remind you about your parts. First, head altogether, neck, shoulder, hands. Yes, shoulder is exceptional. Hands, chest, stomach, waist, thigh, knee, and then foot. Yes, so all these things are parts of the body. Now, we are going to learn something interior. Shall we? Okay. Let's learn about joints. Joints. As we see the parts of the body, they are connected, okay, using joints. They are connected to the parts to each other by joints. This joint is a place which is in between the bones. Okay, so to make it simple, the place where two or more bones meet is called a joint. Okay, the bones help us to stand upright and give us a proper shape. For example, when you stand up, you know what is your height and how are you looking, how was your eyes, how was your hands. Okay, stretching, bending, or pulling, or putting, everything, anything you do. Okay, these things, all these actions are done through the parts of the body, yes, but then you stretch it or you take it, everything is done through a joint. How is it possible? Yes, joints help us to connect the bones and then perform an action. For example, if you put a book down, you need to take the book. Yes? How do you take it? Fine. You take it with your hands by bending down and then stretching your hands. Take it using your fingers and standing or coming back to the position. This is how you perform an action. Now, these bones give us a proper shape. When you sit, it is a proper shape of sitting. When you stand, it is also a specific shape of standing. That is your posture. Okay? Then, when you jump, it also is a shape. Yes? So, all these things are performed through bones. Now, you know what are bones. Just an example, okay? When you close your wrist, you could see lot of bones extending. Yes? You could see. When you touch it, it proves to be hard. Okay? We say to our friends, "Oh, I'm strong." How do you say it? Through your bones. The bones perform the actions which is very strong. For example, you need to lift a chair or a table. How do you do it? Using your hands. So, when you are strong or when your bones are strong, you will be able to lift any chair which is heavy. Yes, according to your age. Fine? Okay. So, I think you can understand what are bones and what is a joint. Now, what happens if you don't have bones? It makes you to feel floppy. Floppy means when you, example, okay? When you want to take a book, if there is no bone inside your hand, you will not be able to connect, okay? Connect the action through fingers and the hand, okay? Example, if there is not a bone between your palm and the hand, you will not be able to put your hand together, or in the sense you cannot put your hand towards the ground and take it and have it. Another example, how do you eat? When you take the food, you need to take it by your fingers and then you need to have it or put it into your mouth. How you will do it? It's all because of the joints. Okay? Now you know what is a joint. I'm going to tell you what are the joints in our body. The first joint is shoulder. Okay? Shoulder, what do we use? Example. You put up your hand and put down your hand, rotate your hand through shoulder. This is the joint which helps you to rotate, put up and put down your hands. Okay? The second joint is your elbow. For example, when you are taking a book, you need to open and then keep it close to your face for reading. When you're taking it and keeping it close or pulling it back, the elbow helps you to take it back to your face. Elbow is a joint which is flexible through which you do extension and taking it back. Okay? Next, third joint is wrist. You have been to physical education periods. Yes? During that time you do exercises, that is palm exercises or wrist. Okay? When you rotate your palm, how do you rotate? Using wrist. Using the wrist, you rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise, or you do any action. For eating, you need wrist to perform the action. Without wrist, you will not have flexibility to take the food and to put it in your mouth. The fourth joint is knee. You know what are the actions we perform through the knee. We kneel down. The joint helps you to put your legs together and sit. The joint helps you to bend down, that is, bending not through the waist but through the leg. Okay? Bending the legs, doing yoga, many things we perform through the knee. Then finally, the last joint is your ankle. This is a very important joint. through which we walk for walking. Okay, the standing position is through your foot, but when you walk, you take the steps forward. How do you take the steps? We cannot move like a crow, right? Crow just jumps. Okay, it just jumps and then flies. But we need to walk step by step. How do you walk step by step? You take a leg, you take your foot, keep it in a place, and then you take your next leg and put it forward. Yes? So this is how you walk. For this type of walking, you need ankle. Ankle, that is a joint which makes you to move, keep step by step. These are the joints in our body. Hope you're clear. That's all for now. Let's continue again in the next class.